So this is Ember Palmer, and on Celebration Sunday, we celebrated your baptism. And you've been a part of Core Church for a while, and you were kind of hesitant about baptism, but this really started your baptism journey. It started over a year ago with, honestly, a tragedy.
Yeah, I lost my sister unexpectedly, and it really threw me into just a really deep, dark abyss. It drew up a lot of trauma that I hadn't dealt with, or I thought I had dealt with, but I really hadn't.
And that's some trauma that you and your sister and your family.
Yes.
Yeah, it was your family from the past.
Yeah, it was. But through that, I really never thought I was going to come out of it. I mean, it was very scary. Mm-hmm. And I had friends in my small group, friends in the church that really surrounded me, even when I couldn't see them. You know, when you have that tragedy, something so strong like that, it's almost like it's like a bomb goes off next to your head, and you can't really see, you can't really hear. I remember one week I walked in and Laura had said hi to me, and Brian was like, Ember, Laura's saying hi to you. I never heard her.
Wow.
It was like walking in a deafening fog. And people just continued. I would get text messages from Paula and Megan and Sybil.
And you have so many people surrounding you. Mm-hmm. It was just beautiful to see.
Yeah.
And then you started kind of a journey through the Psalms, and that started bringing you out of it?
I did, yeah. So I had a meeting with you, and we had talked about kind of the next steps in moving forward. And so I started doing Psalms every morning.
Yeah.
And I landed on Psalm 35, 1 through 10. Wow. And that has been my battle cry. And I remember writing because I journal my Psalms every morning. And I remember thinking, I wonder if David knew that his cries for help would be our cries for help, but in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
He was thanking God in the trenches, like he'd already been saved, and he hadn't.
I think that's why the Psalms are so beautiful. You know, you and I had talked about that when we met, is when in my own personal tragedy, I found the Psalms, and I now read a Psalm every single morning, every single night before I go to bed. So then you come to this point and you're baptized, and you're really now starting to walk in a new beginning for you.
Yeah. Really, it looks a lot like I'm really leaning into the Psalms. I think that is my lifeline right now, is leaning into the Psalms.
And I love that you found one Psalm in particular, right?
Yeah.
That has been meaningful to you. Which one is it?
Psalm 35, 1 through 10.
And you said this is and these Psalms are prayers, by the way, so because it's a prayer for you every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Psalms are. They're literally songs, but they're also prayers that David prayed. And you read it every day?
Every day.
Can you read it to us? I would love for you to read this, hear you reading that prayer for us. Maybe there's some people today that they're in a place like that, and this could become their prayer. So I'll just let you read it.
Yeah, I want to preface by saying that he's talking about the people in his life that are surrounding him. But when I pray this is a prayer against the principalities and powers that come against us every day. So I word this in that context. But verse 1, contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler and rise for my help. Draw the spear and javelin against my pursuers. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. Let them be put to shame and dishonor who seek after my life. Let them be turned back and disappointed who devise evil against me. Let them be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them away. Let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. That's my favorite part. For without cause they hid their net for me. Without cause they dug a pit for my life. Let destruction come upon him when he does not know it, and let the net he hid ensnare him. Let him fall into it to his destruction. Then my soul will rejoice in the Lord, exulting in his salvation. All my bones shall say, O Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor from him who is too strong for him, the poor and needy from him who robs him.
Thanks for sharing. We celebrate with you.